Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. I hope you're strapped in. It's another day, it's another dollar, there's more news, it doesn't stop. It's only the beginning, the window's not open, the season hasn't even ended across the board yet, and yet we're getting story after story after story. People are very, very busy and things are happening. Let's get right into it. Starting off with Ugarte, we're going to discuss Ugarte. When we're going to talk about other things happening aside from Chelsea Football Club, also going to talk about Kante. Before we get cracking into all of it, couple of things. Make sure you are subbed to the second channel, Younes Talks, links in the description. As I have said, more content coming to that channel very, very shortly, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And also, this is going to be a treat for a lot of you that have been on the channel for a while, that have been waiting for something like this to happen. I've not been on a watch-along in ages, haven't I? Since last season. I've taken this season, did not do any watch-along, but to end the season, right, even though our domestic campaign is already done, I will be on the other side of the coin. So Miz's channel, the other side of the coin, later tonight to watch the Europa League final with him. So me and Miz will be watching the Europa League final as Jose Mourinho's Roma takes on Sevilla. Someone's O has got to go. Sevilla, 7 Europa League finals, they've won all 7. Jose Mourinho, 5 European finals, he's won all 5. Someone's got to lose tonight. Is it Sevilla or is it Jose and Roma? I hope it's going to be Sevilla that lose. Me and Miz are going to be watching them back in Jose and Roma all the way. And Tammy Abraham as well, to become the first player to ever have 3 European trophies that are different. Champions League, Europa League and Conference League. How cool would that be? So make sure you're on the other side of the coin later tonight from 7:30 UK time as we go live to watch the Europa League final. It's going to be a cracker. Let's get cracking here. Starting off with Manuel Ugarte. What have Chelsea done? What have Chelsea done? We've always got to put a spanner in the works, haven't we? We always have to. Let's get cracking right into it. Here's the latest, starting off with Record Portugal, giving us the lowdown. Check this out. Although Manuel Ugarte prefers the Chelsea project, PSG have offered him a salary of 5 million euros a year compared to the Blues' 2 million euros a year. Mauricio Pochettino wants Ugarte and has called him to try to convince him. Note, both salary offers made to Manuel Ugarte from PSG, 5 million euros, and Chelsea, 2 million euros, are tax-free. We continue with this. PSG are willing to settle the 60 million euro fee for Manuel Ugarte in 2 installments, while Chelsea want 5 payments of 12 million euros. The other main difference is Chelsea offering 5 million euro in add-ons after their David Datro Fofana on loan offer was turned on. So let's get cracking right into this now, because it seems like PSG have offered him 5 million euros a year. If we're going to try and work this out, when you convert it into British pounds, I like to talk in British pounds, right? Because that for us is the base currency here, right? So let's talk in pounds, right? When you narrow that down, it comes to £83,000 a week, right? 83 grand a week for Ugarte from PSG. 2 million euros a year equates to just over £30,000 a week. 30k a week, 83k a week. What are we actually trying to do here? I have to ask. Look, I understand we now have a wage structure, right? Chelsea have a wage structure. They want to prioritise bonuses based on performance, and I'm completely cool with that. They want to bring the wages overall down. I'm completely cool with that. We've got players earning close to 300k a week. That should not be on 300k a week. I completely agree with that. But to try and get a player like Ugarte and offer him 30k a week when you know PSG have offered 83, come on. Come on. Look, there's a limit, right? There's a limit. You got to try and find the balance between, yes, bringing the wage structure to a reasonable structure. Let's say a reasonable number, a reasonable salary, on average across the board. I get that. But let's not take the mick. Let's not try and, exploit people here, right? Ugarte, yes, at the moment, if I'm not mistaken, makes £500,000 a year. Just over that. I think it's 550 grand a year at Sporting Lisbon. Which means that comes to, if I'm not mistaken, I think about £11,000 a week. Right? The maths might be slightly off there, but it's in and around that number. I need to verify. So people are going to look at it from that perspective and go, oh, but you're getting an increase. It's not about that. It's not about just giving him slightly more than what he's already getting at Sporting. We want to try and compete with the big boys. Yeah, we're in a position where we don't have Champions League football. We haven't even got European football. Right? We've gone down in terms of level. We are trying to completely restructure everything. We're getting rid of tons of players and trying to bring a couple in. We're trying to balance books. We're trying to do so much, right? Because of the damage that we've caused for ourselves in this past season. You need to understand that clubs like PSG exist. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree, some people are going to say, no, you know what, I agree. No, we're bringing the salaries down. Tough. He's going to have to deal with it. Does he want to come to Chelsea or not? You can't take it from that angle. You can't. You will sabotage yourselves. Why? Because you're not the only club that exists. Don't look at it from a selfish perspective. Don't look at it from too much of a selfish perspective. You have to understand clubs like PSG will always exist, are there. And they are your competition if you want to be a big club. Now, we should be a big club, right? Let's have it right. We should be in a situation where offering more than 30k a week isn't a problem. I understand here that we have leverage. He wants Chelsea. He wants the Premier League. We've got an advantage here. The one benefit of the doubt that I'm going to give Chelsea here is they have a strong negotiating position. So if they have offered that knowing that it's going to rattle a few feathers, only to maybe bump it up a little bit to satisfy the player and get a salary that they're happy with, then fair play. So you know what? Give this a little bit of time. Don't come to a conclusion too quickly. I do want to warn. I'm just saying, I hope that's not the angle that Chelsea are taking, where they just think 30k is going to get the player. No. Because put yourself in Manuel Ugarte's shoes. If you had 30k a week, and then another club was offering you 83k a week, who you picking? You want to come to Chelsea, you want to come to the Premier League, but you got an offer that's almost treble, right? Triple what you're going to be getting at Chelsea. What are you doing? Be honest. Be honest. Don't just say, oh, no, I'm going to play for Chelsea because I love Chelsea. No. Be honest. And trust me, when you're in that position and you're earning loads of dough, right? You're earning loads of money, and you start getting those sort of numbers, believe me, people tend to get more greedy than when they didn't have money. Let me just put that into perspective. I think a lot of you will be like, no, I'll be happy with 30k a week. When you're in that position, you get offered 83. Trust me, you're running to 83. A lot of people do. So not everybody, but a lot of people do. So put yourself in his shoes. What would you actually do? You have to be honest. Let's read what else has come out from Record Portugal. This is key. Check this out. Manuel Ugarte wanted to sign for Chelsea and saw the deal as nearly done, but the salary offer of €2 million per year, which was presented to the player by Todd Boehly himself, has thrown the move into doubt. Voila. This is what I'm saying. There's a fine line here. Don't disrespect the player. Why? As I said, clubs like PSG will exist, and we should know this. We were one of the first ones to come in with the big bucks and show everyone, hey, look, we're on the map now. You're going to have to either catch up or move aside, right? You either step up or you step aside, as the saying goes. We were one of the first. We were the ones to come up with our money muscle and go, hey, we're in now. We've got cash. And smashed it on the table. That was us. We should know. We can't be looking at a club like PSG and going, oh, we're just going to undermine them. No, that's not how it works. And those clubs will always be there. So you know what? I understand the wage structure needs to be controlled. Things need to be brought down. I hope there's bonuses in terms of performance. I'm completely on board with that. But I think it would be best if we get to the negotiating table, the fact that we have leverage, don't go to 83. We don't need to go to 83k a week to get the player. We don't need to match what PSG have put on the table because we have negotiating power. He wants us as priority ahead of PSG. Bring the gap down. Just bring the gap down. From 30k, bring it to 50 or 60. We can afford that. Come on. 50 or 60 grand a week is fair. It's fair. Yes, don't go above that. I think 50 or 60 though is fair. Let's be honest. For a club of our stature, let's not actually try to become Brighton. With all due respect, Brighton are completely outperforming themselves. And they are looking with the ambition of, oh no, you know what? We're in the right direction to actually become maybe a big club. Yeah, maybe we're heading in that direction. But right now, they're not there. And I think they know that. But let's not bring ourselves down to that level. We've set ourselves a standard for the last 20 years. More. 25, right? We should be able to afford 50 or 60k a week for a player. I'm not saying give him 300. Not even 200. Not even 100. 50 or 60. Bring the gap down. We get the player. I'm sure he would accept even if we don't match PSG's offer. But don't disrespect him. That's my warning. So let's wait and see what happens. Let me know your thoughts down below in relation to that. Let's move on to N'Golo Kante. Fabrizio Romano gave us an update yesterday night with this. N'Golo Kante's contract extension not done yet. Talks were very advanced in the last months, but now the situation is unclear again. More contacts will take place. Parties will talk in order to decide. There are more clubs keen on Kante on a free, including Saudi. Like I said yesterday talking about Benzema, we're going to come to Benzema because there's an update on Benzema, but Saudi, and for Kante's career, trust me, from a personal standpoint, who he is as a person, it would be very tempting for him to pick up his bags and go to Saudi. 100%. But I don't get how all of a sudden the situation has just changed. We were about to sign him to a new deal. What's happened? What's changed? Why is it unclear? Because we let go of Jorginho. If we were to let go of Kante as well, or if he were to go on a free, let's be honest. We absolutely need to get Caicedo in then. We need Ugarte and Caicedo. Without question, both of them. You know? I was talking yesterday to have a four-man midfield choice of Enzo, Ugarte, Caicedo and Kante. That's enough cover. We're not playing in a European competition. So I think those four to rotate in positions of two, so a double pivot, I think would be fair and quality as far as I'm concerned. And it alleviates a little stress off Kante, who we've relied on very much throughout all these years. And most recently, whilst he's had his injury issues. So N'Golo Kante, I hope the situation gets resolved. I would love for him to stay. I absolutely would love for him to stay. But I understand even the Saudi bid could complicate things. And even for him, like I mentioned, for Benzema, as a Muslim, someone who's practicing the end of his career, big money on the table, if there's anyone that deserves it, it's N'Golo Kante. He would go to Saudi. He as modest and as shy and as nice as he is, he would be able to earn loads of money, play football at not such a high intensity, no pressure, is at the end of his career, you know, will enjoy himself in a Muslim environment. As I said, he's practicing, so he gets to focus on his deen, on his religion. For him, it's perfect. But I hope he stays at Chelsea because he's been class for us, and I think one last contract is probably the best move. And then, you know, if Saudi want to come, they can bid for him. They can come in with the money. Yeah. Give us some of the cash and you can have Kante down the line, not now. So let me know what you think in relation to Kante as well in the comment section below. As we give two updates before we end this for McAllister. Where's he off to? Liverpool, it seems. Here's the latest. Liverpool plan for Alexis McAllister deal. Complete player side details this week. Personal terms are almost agreed, then finalise the deal next week. Liverpool are prepared to pay the exit clause. It's less than reported £70 million if all goes to plan on the player side. This has been rumoured for a little while, and I think he was the first player from this Brighton team that's flourished this season that I think everyone has known to be leaving the club. There was a clear goodbye already done by McAllister, so we already know he's going. Liverpool seem to be the only club on the table that have taken it very, very far. So I expect McAllister to become a Liverpool player. I think it's one hell of a buy. I think for Liverpool, it's exactly what they need. They need to reinforce and rebuild their entire midfield. They can't be relying on Jordan Henderson. Those days are gone, and hence why they've been going for Mason Mount as well. McAllister, I have to be honest, if they got McAllister and they got Mason Mount, I think they would have sorted quite a bit of their midfield. I really, really do. And I think that's their main concern. They've got everything else across the pitch. Their midfield is what lets them down. So McAllister to Liverpool, I think would suit them perfectly. Let's see if this gets done very, very soon. I expect it to be done. To end, check this out. This is the latest on what we reported yesterday about Karim Benzema. Here's the latest. Al-Ittihad expect Karim Benzema's final answer very soon. The official proposal is understood to be close to 100 million euros per season, plus benefits. Real Madrid are waiting for Karim to make his decision soon, as he told Florentino Perez about the bid in the last 24 hours. Like I've just mentioned for Kante, I'll say the same for Benzema. I said it yesterday. For him, this is the perfect time for him to go to Saudi. Perfect. We've seen now 100 million euros per season, plus benefits. Those benefits include tax-free, I'm sure wherever he wants to stay, his house gets probably paid for him, he probably gets everything given to him on a plate just to go to Saudi. And Al-Ittihad, there was the whole rumour about Al-Hilal who are trying to get Lionel Messi, but it would be wise for the Saudis to try and get all these players to play at different clubs. Why? Because then all eyes are on not just one or two teams, but more teams. So instead of people just watching the Saudi League to watch Al Nassr just for Ronaldo, they now get to watch Al Nassr, Al Hilal for Messi as well, and Al Ittihad to watch Benzema. More games, more eyes, more views, more money. That's how it is. And more scope, more fans covered to try and, as I said yesterday, bid for the World Cup in 2030, which is the entire plan of Saudi Arabia. This is why they're doing all of this, and they've got the money and resources to do so. But Al Ittihad have just won the Saudi League, the Saudi Pro League. They are champions. They're going after Benzema. So the top three clubs could have Benzema, Ronaldo and Messi. It's going to be... I hope it happens. I want to see it. And you best believe I'll be watching the Saudi League if this happens, honestly. So Al-Ittihad trying to get Benzema, and I have to say, I think this is going to happen. I think Benzema, from a mentality standpoint, I can understand it, especially from an Algerian background. I can see where he would absolutely do this. He will. I'm sure he will actually do this. He will do this. He's going to Al-Ittihad. For me, I think it's going to happen. So let's keep our eyes peeled on that and let's see what happens. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think he should do it? Do you think not? Let me know. And that concludes today's video. Let me know your thoughts overall, as I've said, on all stories today, especially the Ugarte story and everything else I've covered, in the comment section below. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you later on the other side of the coin. Make sure you're subbed over there for Miz's content as well. And you can watch us cover the Europa League final. And hopefully Jose and his lads with Tammy Abraham get the job done. Jose gets a 6th European trophy. Tammy gets a 3rd European trophy. And, the Chelsea boys from afar are very happy people, fingers crossed. So make sure you're there later on. Thank you all so much. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. See you later on, people. In a bit, take care and peace.